Google stock prices have fallen by about 5%. If you look at the charts, something interesting has happened around the past week. Let's talk about it. So, Chrome has been the world's most popular web browser. It would be very, very safe to say that about 90% of the overall traffic that the internet has is acquired by Chrome in terms of search and all of that. This number could be even higher in mobile, which is to say that it could be close to 95%. Some of this data has been published in news articles, which is kind of difficult to verify, but given the amount of consumption that Chromium or Chrome based browsers have, and Google's monopoly in that space, along with the fact that Android is the most popular operating system in the market in terms of mobile devices, this guess of 90 plus percentage would be a very safe guess. Now, why has this caused about 5% dip in the share prices? That is something to be seen. So, what really has happened is the US Department of Justice, which is DOJ, they have proposed that Google divests the Chrome browser. And the idea means, the word diverse means बेच दो. They are suggesting that Google needs to sell their Chrome browser to whom? Not known. Why? Because this, according to them, is a solution for the reduction of the monopoly. So, why is this happening? Like, why is even DOJ worried about it? So, as it turns out, that because of the fact that Google's search engine is the prominent search engine, and the whole market and the browser ecosystem is kind of it's like Google has a dominance on it. So the problem being that different players or different competitors, they are saying that this is causing their markets to crash, and basically it's an unfair advantage to Google. So Google has obviously opposed, expressed opposition to these proposals, and there have been argue from Google that they are very broad and could harm consumers by disrupting widely used services. And the company plans to appeal any unfavorable rulings with a final decision expected in 2025. This is from AP News. Now, what I'm going to do is just hop over to some news websites and show about that what is happening. Okay, let me minimize the frame. So this is the news that is flowing around. This is from an Indian Express. You can find similar news articles across the internet. New York Times, Al Jazeera, most of them have covered this. So the news is Google has an illegal monopoly on search, and there is a certain judge, I think his name is Mr. Mehta, if I'm not wrong. Yes, US District Judge Amit Mehta, who has ruled on Monday that Google search engine has been illegally exploiting its dominance to squash competition and stifle innovation in some sort of a seismic decision that could shake up the internet. The fundamental idea is that this is a problem. Why is this a problem? Because if there's a single player in the market, what could happen is that they have some sort of a dominance over that space. And given Google's dominance and the fact that search is a way to kind of feed ads as well, Google's main business being advertisements, it would not be very difficult to imagine that Google could use all of this search data, which arguably or probably it already does, to kind of sell products or use its and pump its marketing business. This is a problem. And why is that a problem? Because what happens is if a single player in the big tech space gains some sort of a monopoly, it over a period of time becomes in a position to squash competition and also disrupt innovation. Lack of competition could also lead into a space where there is no benefit for a consumer, and Google can pretty much keep doing what it desires. And this is what the market, or at least the justice system, is afraid of. And fundamentally, yes, there has been some sort of a argument that yes, the search engine is kind of best and all of that. But then there's a lot of money involved here. For instance, Google has paid 26.3 billion in 2021 alone to ensure the search engine is default on smartphones and browsers and keep its dominant market share. This is a lot of money. And what has been happening is over the past few weeks, certain companies have filed in a petition or some sort of, proposal to remedy Google's unlawful monopolization. And this was happened on November 28th. I'm shooting this video on 24th. So don't know where this is headed, but definitely this does mean that there's a little legal trouble ahead for Google. And Google has always kind of paid the likes of Apple's and Samsung billions of dollars to have Google automatically handle search queries on smartphone and web browsers, etc. So the dominance part is unfortunately true. But what happens to this space, whether this becomes another money movement game or there is an actual selling of happening in the event that Chrome is sold, it would be a big dent to Google because a significant amount of Google's revenue is driven from search, and a lot of search traffic is routed via Chrome. So it would be interesting to see how this shapes up. And that's it from today's video. Thank you for listening.